Good afternoon and welcome to the Spanish Fork Softball Complex. We've got the Enterprise Wolves and the Eagles of Duchesne as we are in the last of the championship bracket. These are the two in the semifinals and that are heading towards state. And it's interesting because last year we ended up with Enterprise and Duchesne in the in this, and not even in this category. Actually, Enterprise defeated Duchesne one game prior, but in the end, it ended up with Duchesne and Enterprise, and here we are again with no losses. And the Duchesne Eagles and the Enterprise Wolves, a year later, we're in a very similar place.
It is, and neither team has played each other since. Duchesne came back and beat Enterprise 2 times in a row to take the state championship. So I would anticipate this game is going to be really, really fun. Both teams definitely wanting to get a win. Both pitchers are coming back. Both catchers are coming back. The core players for both teams are coming back. This is going to be a fun game.
You don't see these very often in high school. This is a true rematch. And you are right. This is the game where Enterprise defeated Duchesne last year. Then Duchesne went and played Millard and defeated Millard easily, and then moved back in, and they had to come through that one-loss bracket. And so Enterprise defeated Duchesne in this game 5-2 last year. And then the championship, Duchesne won 2-1 and 5-4 for the championship. So the Duchesne Eagles are your 2A defending state champs, and the Enterprise Wolves would like a little bit of revenge as they take a look at this. Let's take a look at the Enterprise Wolves. The Enterprise Wolves with 2 state championships in softball to their record, 2019 and 2021. Those are the 2. And for the Duchesne Eagles, just 1, and that was 2022 last year as they took it. And we saw some great play from Kelsey Grant, and just such great play by both teams, Enterprise and Duchesne.
Yeah, and I said this last game, but I saw a pitcher with a shirt that says, "My arm hasn't fallen off yet." And last year we watched Christian Jansen and Grant just battle for 2 straight games. It was just, I don't know, like you hate to see a team lose in games like that we saw last year. And again, I would anticipate after watching these 2 teams play in the state tournament, it's going to be a dogfight.
It is. These 2 teams very evenly matched, and the 2 teams come in with outstanding records. Obviously, this is your 1 and 2 in the RPI. Enterprise 1 and Duchesne 2, according to the RPI. So not a lot of surprises. The other action in 2A is the number 3 San Juan Broncos against the number 4 Parowan Rams. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4 in the 2A classification. Nothing too interesting, or nothing really shook anything up in the 2A classification.
No, but in 3A, Manti just with a huge upset over Canyon View. Manti coming in at the number 12 seed, Canyon View number 2. And so huge shakeups in 3A in the 3A bracket.
Now so what you've got is Carbon number 4 against Manti number 12, and then Grantsville 1, North San Pete was number 3. And so you got 1 and 3 playing in this game on the 3A side, with Carbon and Manti duking it out for a chance to play the loser of that game tomorrow morning at 10. The championship games are at 12:30 tomorrow. And so it will be a lot of fun to see what happens in that one as the, either Grantsville or North San Pete or Enterprise and Duchesne will advance. We're excited to have you here, and we appreciate all the sponsors who bring softball on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom, in a partnership with KSL Sports. And your sponsors are Rocky Mountain Chevy Dealers, Utah Community Credit Union, Intermountain Power Service Corporation, Central Valley Medical Center in Nephi, Sunrise Engineering, San Pete Steel and Moroni, Beaver Valley Hospital, Nephi Federal Credit Union, Beaver Medical Clinic, Barney Trucking, Honey's Marketplace in Kanab, and Jones and DeMille Engineering. So appreciate them making this possible to broadcast these games on TeamHive.live. So it's a lot of fun. We're coming down. There's only now 4 teams left in both classifications. It's the final 4 from the Spanish Fork Softball Complex.
And the one thing that I struggle with this venue is not the way it's set up, but as the weekend progresses and teams start dropping off and the people start dropping off and we're not playing on all 4 fields, it's still fun, but it's a lot of fun. There's always action going on in all 4 fields. It's such a fun environment, and state softball, one of my favorite weekends of the year. Yeah,
this will be the last time where we have 4 fields in action. So we've got the 1-loss bracket. I'm going to eliminate the final 4th team, and then we've got the championship bracket that's going to determine who plays tomorrow morning at 10, and then the championships at 12:30. You can watch it all here on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom. I'm Scott Langford. This is Pepper Bell. Pepper Gale, as well as Jackson Dahl on the call. That's where I got the bell from. So it's because of Jackson here. So anyway, he'll be running the computer for us, and we're excited to have you along. We'll take our final break. When we come back, it'll be the start of the game between the Duchesne Eagles, number 2, and the number 1 Enterprise Wolves.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, Sanpete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
Welcome back. Scott Langford, Pepper Gale, Jackson Dahl, and, of course, all of our helpers here with the Utah High School Activities Association. This is a great tournament, and it has been a lot of fun. You figure we've got so many games. I can't remember how many we do in this weekend, but it is a lot of games, and it is a lot of fun here at Spanish Fork. And I appreciate all the crew. We've got Lachelle Moss and Dennis Aldridge taking care of the 3A side of the classification, and then Pepper and I and Matt Robinson take care of the 2A. And so it's a lot of fun each year. We've been doing this for several years. And a big shout out to all those tuning in from Duchesne and from Enterprise. And you can be proud of both of your softball teams. We certainly are. And, the level of play here has been exceptional. And these teams have had to fight. But really, these are the two teams that have been destined for this game all along.
Ever since last year. And we talked about it last year, but the majority of both team members, the majority of both teams are coming back. Because of the higher seed, Enterprise is going to be your designated home team, so they'll take the field first.
And so Enterprise will get the home team designation the entire game. And so they will let you know that Pepper is also working for the USHA as well, as they were short a scorekeeper and a PA announcer, so she would be running both. So you'll hear that in your microphone sometimes as she gets things going. So I'm going to let you hear the starters.
Behind the plate, number 7, Haley Drake. At third base is number 5, Macy Hunt. And at second base, number 12, Kyla Humphreys. Number 22, Brooke Humphreys will be at third base, and number 10, Addie Nelson at shortstop. In left field, number 14, Daisy Terry. In center field, number 17, Hallie Christensen. And in right field, number 2, Becca S. Up to bat, leading off for the Duchesne Eagles, number 23, shortstop, the freshman, Kira Grant.
All right, here we go. Appreciate Pepper for doing the starting lineups, at least for the Enterprise Wolves. And here we go. We're underway in the championship matchup between the Wolves and the defending champion, Duchesne Eagles. Here's the first pitch, swung on, popped up, and trouble.
Wow.
What a catch by the player on first. Wow.
Brooke Humphreys, she smashed a home run in their first game of the day today, and just makes an awesome catch, looking behind, running to catch it. So 1 out for the Duchesne Eagles as Kira Grant flies out to first.
Now, Jaylee Farnsworth up. She plays center field for the Eagles.
Now batting for the
she wears
Duchesne
number
Eagles,
20.
Number 20, center fielder Jaylee Farnsworth.
We don't have any hitting stats for the Duchesne Eagles, so we won't be able to share those, but we do have for the Duchesne Eagles, and Farnsworth hitting 200 on the season with 16 RBIs and 14 hits. Here's a pop up. Is it out of play? And it is going to be essentially out of play. That came so close to the screen, I'm not sure it didn't hit the bar. So a strike on the batter, Farnsworth.
You know, I was wrong. That was Macy Hunt that made that catch, not Brooke Humphreys. Whoops.
Yeah,
Sorry about that, Macy Hunt. Great catch. Brooke,
I'll tell you what, if Macy Hunt made it from third base, I would be impressed.
Brooke, we'll talk you up later.
Pitch comes in, ball, low. 2-1 the count on Farnsworth. Stepping in the center fielder for Duchesne Eagles. Boy, she smashes one right center field. It's up there, and it's going to be a home run for Jaylee Farnsworth as we start in the first half of the inning. The Duchesne Eagles on top, 1-0 on the smash by Farnsworth.
Congratulations to Jaylee Farnsworth on your hot dog home run. Jaylee, come up to the booth for your hot dog coupon after the game.
The nice thing about a home run is you end up with an RBI as well, so an RBI home run for Jaylee Farnsworth.
Really?
Yeah, it's a run batted in.
Wow.
You count yourself, absolutely.
Now batting for the Duchesne Eagles, number 24, the pitcher, Kelsey Grant.
That's the first home run I think I've been able. Well, I take that back.
Yeah, we had one in the
We
last
had one.
game.
No, the game before that.
The game before that, yeah. They all start to blend together after a little while.
Well, I'm a little jealous because Lachelle's got, and Dennis have had, it's been a home run fest in 3A.
We've been listening. It's like, oh my gosh, they keep smashing home runs over there. Pitch up the left field line. That's going to be foul, just barely. So tough one for Kelsey Grant.
Humphreys got her glove on it, though, and stopped it, but went foul before she touched it.
So here we go. Kelsey Grant, the senior pitcher for the Duchesne Eagles. She's been great in all sports. And there's a big shot down the left field line. It's up there, and it will be foul ball, it appears.
Couldn't see if that would have been a what do they call it? Stand-up? No, not a stand-up double. What is that called?
I don't know.
Where they can only go to second base if it takes a bounce.
Ground rule double.
Ground rule double.
Yeah.
Thank you. All I could think of was stand-up double. So 2 strikes. Count 0-2.
0-2 to Grant, the senior hitter. Facing Christiansen. Here's the pitch. And that one's going to be a swing and a miss. What a floater by Christiansen.
Blakely Christiansen with an awesome off-speed pitch. And she gets Grant going down swinging.
So first strikeout of the game goes to the Enterprise Wolves.
The catcher.
Now,
number 8, Lexi Moreland.
Lexi Moreland up to the plate. And batter number 4 takes strike 1. Senior from behind the plate. We were really impressed with the catchers last year in this game.
Oh, Haley Drake and Lexi Moreland, they are phenomenal.
There's a hit. That's going to be a base hit. Sharp hit ball right to the fence. Moreland's going to go around first, 2 second for a stand-up double. Lexi Moreland.
You can feel the excitement for both teams as Moreland does some sort of a dab on second base, but a lot of excitement for both teams.
Yeah, see, she smashed that one right to the fence. Number 22, Larissa Maurer.
Now batting for the Duchesne Eagles, number 22, Larissa Mower.
I think that's got to be Maurer, but I don't know for sure. Strike 1 on Larissa.
We'll get a name clarification between innings.
We will. We'll need to.
Should we place a friendly bet on this?
No.
Okay.
It's spelled Mower. Inside, ball 1, so 1-1 the count. Runner on second, scoring position with 2 down is Jaylee Farnsworth. Pitch comes in across, a changeup, good for a strike from Christiansen. We're at 2 strikes and a ball. Pitch fouled off, out of play on the right side. Count remains 1-2. No score yet with San Juan and Parowan. There's the 1-2 pitch. Right, it's going to bounce, and a great block by the catcher. Wow.
Look at Drake just chasing that ball down, running out. Just daring Moreland to try to steal a base.
Yep. 2-2 the count. Here it comes. Going to be fouled off the bat. Easy play for the first baseman. That will retire the side. But the Duchesne Eagles score 1 run on 2 hits with 1 left on. We'll be back after this with the bottom of the first on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and in partnership with KSL Sports.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, San Pete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments.
Through your life's biggest emergencies.
In your everyday health.
In those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care. Closer to home.
Number 10, Cadence Crum. Playing at shortstop, number 23, Kira Grant. In left field, number 22, Larissa Mower.
Paying attention to who
center field
starts
number
for the
20,
Duchesne
Jaylee
Eagles.
Farnsworth. And in right field, number 13, Samantha Skewes. Leading off for the Enterprise Wolves will be number 12, Kyla Humphreys.
So starting for the Duchesne Eagles, in the circle will be Kelsey Grant, talented senior pitcher. We've watched her start in basketball as a freshman. It seems like she's been there forever at Duchesne. Will finally graduate after this game, after this day.
Is there really such a thing as a 5-6 year senior? No, but it feels like it.
That's right. She's got a extra year of eligibility, but we've been impressed by Kelsey Grant for years.
This is Kira Grant, though.
It is Kira Grant.
No, I lied. What am I talking about?
Kyla Humphreys.
Oh, my gosh.
Playing second base for Enterprise. She'll start off the Wolves down 1-0.
A lot of blue on the field.
There is. Yesterday it was white. Today it's blue. Strike one on the inside corner for Humphreys.
Great pitch and placement by Grant.
It'll be Humphreys, Drake, and Terry for Enterprise. There's the pitch. Fouled off right over us. It'll be strike two. 0-2 the count. Pitcher's count for Grant. Kelsey steps up, and it'll be hit right back at her. It's going to go through the mitt, and it will be a safe. So run out, an error to start the inning.
Kyla Humphreys doing a good job running it out, just like you're taught was starting in T-ball. So way to run that out, capitalizing on the error.
Yeah, Humphreys speedy down the line. The sophomore
batting next for
puts the Enterprise Wolves in business.
Number 7, Haley Drake.
Drake up to the plate. Grudge match between these two teams as they played last year. Runner on first, no outs. Second batter, Drake. Pitches up and high. Ball one.
Moreland holding Humphreys on first base.
So I keep the stolen base stats, but I'm not sure there's going to be tons on this one unless it's like first and third or something, because these two catchers are phenomenal.
Oh, they can gun it down from behind the plate on their knees. They are fantastic.
Yeah, both these teams solid top to bottom. Bunt attempt goes wide left on the left field line. Foul ball. 1-1 the count for Haley Drake. Drake steps up. No score, Parowan, San Juan. San Juan on the base path, however. We'll keep you posted on that one. Pitches up and a little bit high. That'll be ball two.
The winner of that game will play the loser of this game tomorrow morning, I think at 10 o'clock in the second semifinal game.
That is correct. So 2-1. Has Drake checks and says, I've got one strike, right? Umpire said, yes, you do. Pitches down and tipped up. That's trouble, and that will be an out as the catcher makes the play.
That's just an unfortunate and unlikely bunt from Haley Drake, as we've seen her lay down pretty bunts multiple times.
One out for the Enterprise Wolves. Now up to the plate will be Daisy Terry, batting on the left side, playing left field. Pitch is outside and down. Ball one.
Batting for Enterprise number 14, Daisy Terry.
Terry, a junior for this Enterprise team. Manti and Carbon. Manti takes a 1-0 lead, and that will be a foul ball down the left field line.
Right off the end of the bat.
At the very end. I wish we had like a zoom in on the bat. You can see where that, how much on the end of the bat that is.
We need to talk to Barrett about slow motion replays.
You'd have to zoom in on right over the plate and then just see where it hits, like what the handle hits and that kind of stuff, to show where the contact actually is. It would be a lot of fun.
It's a good thing we didn't take that bet. You are right. It's Maurer.
Maurer. What do you mean it's a good thing we didn't take that bet?
Well, I proposed a bet and you said no. I would have lost.
So Maurer it is. Runner on first. There is one out. Pitch comes in, catches the corner, and that is an out. Beautiful pitch by Kelsey Grant.
So with the runner on and air, 2 quick outs, and that'll bring up number 10, the shortstop, Addie Nilsson. Now batting for Enterprise, shortstop, number 10, Addie Nilsson.
Nilsson batting cleanup for the Wolves. The junior steps in. She's got a runner on first. Enterprise trying to advance that runner now. We'll just have to hit away. And there's going to be a hit to second base, cleanly fielded for the out. And that'll do it. So 4 batters, 3 outs for the Duchesne Eagles in the bottom of the first. At the end of 1, it's 1 for the Eagles and no score for the Wolves. We'll be back on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom, in partnership with KSL Sports.
This is how 2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups. Plus, get a $4,000 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
Welcome back, Scott Langford, Peppergale. We've got the Duchesne Eagles and the Enterprise Wolves, top of 2. Duchesne leading 1-0. There's a hit off the handle. That's going to be an easily caught ball by Christiansen.
All the girls who have been batting for both teams, they really haven't been content to just watch the first pitch go by them. They're being very aggressive in the box.
They are.
Batting for Duchesne, number 10, Cadence Crum.
Hit foul on the left sideline. Strike 1. Cadence Crum, left fielder, junior for Duchesne. So 3 seniors, but they're great seniors. You've got Lexi Moreland and Kelsey Grant, but you've got a lot of youth as well. Amberly Skews, also a senior.
That pitch comes in low and outside, strike 1.
So 1-1 the count. Pitch is out, reached out off the end of the bat. That could be trouble, but the second baseman back for the grab.
Just a great play. A lot of hang time on that ball that gave Kyla Humphreys plenty of time to get underneath it. So 2 up, 2 down.
Interesting, both teams with only 3 seniors, but they're great. Drake, Hess, and also Macy Hunt.
Up to bat for Duchesne, number 14, Amberly Skewes.
So Skews. Yeah, I was going to say Skews. And she'll hit it right up the middle. Base hit for the Duchesne Eagles. So Skews with a nice shot right in the gap. Base runner on with 2 outs for Duchesne.
Now batting for Duchesne, number 13, Samantha Skews.
So Skews, a junior.
I wonder if these girls are sisters.
I don't know. They might be. There's a pitch. Strike, caught the corner, beautiful. I think you'll see a lot of pop-ups and just grounders with the quality of pitching with these 2 pitchers. Pitch is up and doesn't drop in. Ball 1.
Well, with both of them, with their ability to hit the outside and the inside corners, and even with their change-ups, I think you're right.
Pitch is down, fouled off right side. Now the pitchers count 1 and 2 on Samantha Skews. So still no score. Parowan San Juan, they're in the 2nd inning. Again, we'll keep you posted on that. Both have just recently played a game. Pitch is out, strike 3. That is the 2nd strikeout of the game for the Duchesne Eagles. And that's the 3rd out of the game, of the inning. So 4 batters, 3 outs, no runs on 1 hit with 1 player left on. We'll be back with Duchesne leading 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the 2nd on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Drs. Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, Rhett Smith, and nurse practitioners Wade Hollingshead, Lindsay Cheney, Robin Horton, and Joan Yardley. The Beaver Medical Clinic is a family practice offering affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
Honey's Marketplace invites you to experience their refreshing variety and signature items. Honey's Marketplace features a wide selection of camping supplies, a garden nursery, and fresh floral department. Experience fresh-baked artisan breads and pastries in their bakery, and sushi made fresh every day. Get all this with hometown service you deserve. Fresh, friendly, and close to home. Honey's Marketplace, 260 East, 300 South in Kanab.
As we head into the bottom of the 2nd inning, the Duchesne Eagles lead 1-0. Enterprise batting 5-6-7. Christiansen, Hess, and Humphreys. Kelsey Grant will stay in the circle for the Duchesne Eagles. And we take a look around. We've got no score yet. San Juan Parowan 2-0 for the home team on, I believe that's Grantsville, up 2-0 on North San Pete, but we'll check and make sure that's true. We'll have to get Jackson to look that up for us. I know Manti was up on Canyon View, or Carbon rather. Here we go to Christiansen. She'll hit it on the left side, fielded, throw over in time. Out number 1.
Look at the stretch on the first baseman, Cammie Larson. Great play, and what a dig by Cadence Crum for Duchesne.
Yeah, really a great throw across. That was right on the bag, so that's a long, strong throw, and she did a great job. Now Becca Hess up, playing in right field, the senior for Enterprise. Where's number 2? Pass goes in, down and out, ball 1.
Now batting for Enterprise, number 2, right fielder Becca Hess.
Hess on the left side. Gets the corner, does Grant, so 1-1 the count.
Moreland doing a very, very good job framing that pitch for the umpire to see.
Strike 2, another corner shot. Grant on the money with those outside pitches. So it's 1-0, Grantsville over North San Pete. Make that 2-0. That one outside just barely. 2-2 the count on Hess. Two and two. A little bit low, just misses. Ball 3. Great spot on the 2-2 pitch. But now Grant has to come to the batter, Hess.
Full count, and Hess, she can get on this one. She's going to throw her a good pitch right down the middle.
Misses on the outside. Ball 4, first walk of the game. And that'll put Hess on. 2 with 1 out. Now Brooke Humphreys steps up to the plate.
Batting for Enterprise number 22, the third baseman for Enterprise, Brooke Humphreys.
Humphreys' first at-bat. Again, we're in the championship bracket. No losses for these two teams.
Her first at-bat in her first game today resulted in a home run.
Yes, it did. Here's the pitch, and in the middle, fouled off, strike 1. Hess was on her horse to second base, I believe. Oh, and 1 the count for Hess. Fouled off, strike 2, 0-2 the count. Just a reminder, Duchesne scores 1 in the top of the first, no score otherwise, so that's the lead. Duchesne 1, no score yet for the Enterprise Wolves. Oh, that nailed somebody right in the ear. It's one of the few times we've seen a spectator hit. Luckily, it bounced off, I think, probably her father first. Strike 3. And a near pickoff at first base. That is the second strikeout of the game for Kelsey Grant.
Now batting for Enterprise, the first baseman, number 5, Macy Hunt.
Macy Hunt plays first base, as you mentioned. She turns and squares. Now back and strike 1. Beautiful pitch. That's one you want to hit.
An opportunity from Grant, too. As Matt Robinson say, right down the pipes.
Matt Robinson calling San Juan fair one, and swing and a miss, strike 2. So she shows bunt, then pulls back to hit. Enterprise trying to move Hess around the base path. She got on a walk. Grant comes back. It's going to be a strike and fouled off right side. Ooh, just about hit a Coke carrying viewer. Pretty close. So still 0-2. Hunt continues to battle with Grant. Runner on first, 2 down. Pitch is in, fouled off. Boy, she really didn't even try it. That just kind of barely stuck the bat out. No chance on that one.
One where she squares to bunt at each at bat, and she has to pull back and then swing away. She's got to be really, really quick to get the bat around and get it on the ball.
Hunt steps in again, 0-2. That one's going to be low, and on the dropped ball, you're going to have I think it is going to be stolen base number 1 for Rebecca Hess. Wasn't a pass ball, so it's a stolen base, first one.
Well, and even with the pass ball, Moreland almost able to gun her down, having to chase it down. So great arm for the catcher for the Duchesne Eagles.
Little confidence out in the circle with the Duchesne Eagles after the steal. So we're going to get a score update. Grantsville 2, Norristown Pete 0. And on the other side, it is the Parowan Rams 1 and San Juan 0. The count 1-2 here. So first ball for Macy Hunt. Here's the pitch, and inside, but caught the corner. That is strike 3, 2 strikeouts. Gets the Duchesne Eagles out of trouble. No runs, no hits, 1 player left on. We'll be back with the top of the third. Duchesne leading 1-0 on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom in partnership with KSL Sports.
These 2 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million. The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's two 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. Bookmark TeamHive.live, Utah's new home for streaming high school sports and other events. Powered by Centricom Local 10.
Kira Grant up to start the third inning. The ball's down and in. Ball one. Grant 0 for 1. Flew out to the first baseman on the first at bat. And so they may be assessed, going to talk to the batter. Not sure what happened there. Just a little conference. He's down, fouled off. Strike one. 1-1 to count for Kira Grant.
It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Grant, she's just a freshman, starting at shortstop, leadoff batter, so you can see the quality of her play.
Sanson with hit, and Grant hits up, trying to get over the shortstop. Almost a beautiful grab. That will be a single for Kira Grant.
Addie Nilsson trying so hard to, pull that one down. Her effort was phenomenal and just unable to keep it in her glove. And it looks like I hope she's okay.
Yeah, holding that left arm. And a lot of people may ask, they say, why would that not be an error? Because the player got the ball, the mitt on the ball. But in the end, if they make the catch, it's sensational.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So, normally speaking, players have no business in making that play. And so it is a hit for Kira Grant.
And Coach Katie Jones going out to talk to her out at shortstop. But, yeah, those are those plays where it's like, wow, the mic dropping, like, right. What a play.
Yeah. So that's the fourth hit of the game for the Duchesne Eagles and the leadoff runner on base.
Now batting for Duchesne, number 20.
Leadoff batter on the base.
Center fielder Jaylee Farnsworth.
Jaylee Farnsworth, the center fielder, will bat next. She hit a home run in her last at-bat. She'd love to add to that total. She has the 1 RBI in the game. Farnsworth steps in. Farnsworth, the junior. Pitch comes in, and it's going to be a pop-up. And luckily for the Duchesne Eagles, Grant able to get back.
What a great play, too, by Brooke Humphrey. She saw the bunt coming, charged, got the pop-up, and almost threw out Grant at first.
Next up, Kelsey Grant with a runner on first. She was
for Duchesne, number 24.
0 for 1
Kelsey
so
Grant.
Far today. Pitch, and it's going to catch the corner, strike one. I don't think that's the first pitch that she would want in the first at bat, so she'll look for a better one. There's Grant swinging. Now it's 0-2 as she fouls it off on the right side.
Grant will choke up and protect on this next pitch, trying to get a base hit.
Senior for Duchesne.
She got caught looking at a changeup her first at bat. Same situation.
Ball high. Christiansen it's got a couple free balls that she can throw near the strike zone, trying to get Grant to swing at it. Pitch comes in, and she hits that one up over the second baseman, but a beautiful play by second base.
Kyla Humphreys for Enterprise. Again, you've seen several of the girls from Enterprise and Duchesne making some pretty awesome catches as they run, to catch them. So great play by Humphreys.
Yeah, great range out as she goes over her shoulder for the catch. Those are hard catches, but she made it look easy.
Now batting for the Duchesne Eagles, number 8, Lexi Moreland.
Moreland hit a double last time up. Pitch is outside, ball one. Christiansen not giving Moreland a great pitch to start. 1-0 the count. There's a strike one on the foul ball back into the backstop.
Well, the only run we've seen come in was a home run by Jaylee Farnsworth, second at bat of the first inning. Nobody, I think, has even got to third base.
There's the pitch, and going to be a single to right side off the side. Around comes Grant. Grant goes to third. Runners on the corners for the Duchesne Eagles, 2 down.
Nice, solid hit by Lexi Moreland right through the players into deep right.
So now some danger for the Enterprise Wolves as Maurer up playing left field.
Larissa Maurer.
So Maurer steps in. She flew out to the first baseman last at bat. Christiansen up in the circle. And it's a handle hit up and out of play. So strike one.
It's a good thing it didn't hit the girl on the crutches.
Yeah. You know, the range of these players in this game has been phenomenal so far, as you mentioned. And I think anything close is going to be caught.
Well, and every team is playing with 110%.
Yep. Here's the pitch and handle again as Christiansen jams the batter 0-2.
Two outs. Enterprise hoping to get out of this inning without allowing another run for Duchesne.
0-2 the count. Runners on first and third, 2 down. Duchesne leading 1-0. We are in the top of the third. Pitch is going to be inside.
Ooh.
Ball 1. It was close. I do think it was inside.
Enterprise faithful not liking the call on that one. They thought it caught the inside corner.
I thought it was inside only. There's the pitch. Now it's going to be outside. Ball 2. 2-2 the count.
Moreland gets to second.
That will be a stolen base. Hit is to the third base. In time will be the out. So the Duchesne Eagles, the Enterprise Wolves are able to weather the storm and come out with no runs in the inning. We'll be back with the bottom of the third after this on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Nephi Federal Credit Union in Nephi offers convenient service and a variety of financial services. They're your hometown credit union that's been serving local residents for over 63 years, longer than any other financial institution in Nephi. The staff invites you to check out their incredible rates on a variety of loans and savings accounts. Nephi Federal Credit Union, 155 North Main in Nephi. Call 623-1895. That's 623-1895. Nephi Federal Credit Union, proud supporter of the Wasps this season.
I'm Dr. Sorensen. I'm a board-certified pediatrician, and I'm the newest addition to the team of doctors here at Central Valley Medical Center. My goal is to work closely with you when making decisions about your child's health. After all, you know them better than anyone else.
I think as a mom, it can be really overwhelming to find a doctor who's a really good fit for your family. I look for someone who I can trust. It's so validating and comforting knowing that I can call and get the answers I need from Dr. Sorensen and his staff.
I look forward to meeting you and your child and bringing you the best care closer to home.
Welcome back, Scott Langford Peppergill, bottom of 3. It's 1-0 Duchesne. This is your no-loss game. There's a home run by the Parowan Rams. And so
somebody's up 5-0 over with San Juan Parowan.
Yeah, that'll be Parowan up 5-0 over San Juan. Wow. Grant in the circle. Throw down by Moreland. So batting will be Christensen, Humphreys, and Drake for the Enterprise Wolves in the bottom of the third. They're down 1-0.
Leading off for the Enterprise Wolves, number 17, Hallie Christensen. Parowan's been playing softball continuously since 10 a.m.
They really have.
They have not had a break. 3 consecutive games.
This is the last game of the day for all players, so everyone gets a little break. Tomorrow there's a potential for 3 games. And there's going to be a hit up the left field line. Foul ball. Wouldn't have made it, and they're going to say it's a foul ball. So strike 1 for Christensen. That was very close. It was definitely foul, though, because the glove was outside. Great attempt by Crum on that baseline. 0-1. Bat going to be fouled off. Just kind of a little bunt, so to speak. Ends up being a strike.
She tried to slap
out of
it?
Play. She did. Just lightly, but it just goes right out of play. So 0-2 the count. Grant with the advantage. He's in, strike 3.
So Christensen will go down swinging, and now Enterprise back to the top of the order with Kyla Humphreys.
So the third strikeout of the game.
Now batting for the Enterprise Wolves.
Humphreys
12,
0 for 1.
Kyla Humphreys.
As she got on an error in the first inning. Pitches up, catches the corner, strike 1. Nice pitch by Grant.
Makes me wonder how long, like, Grant, Moreland, Christiansen, and Drake have been, pitching and catching with each other.
Long time. Pitches out, catches the corner again. Same pitch, same result. 0-2 the count.
And you watch Moreland just frame it and just hold it there.
Pitches in, up, ball. 1-2 the count. Duchesne leads 1-0. We're in the bottom of the third. Enterprise up to bat, nobody on with that one out. Humphreys at the plate. She'll hit it over to the third base. Over for the out. Nice play.
Crum, beautiful fielding catch. Throws it across the diamond to Cammie Larson. So great play by the third baseman.
That'll bring up Haley Drake, the senior catcher for Enterprise. She flew to the catcher last time. Catchers aren't supposed to do that with each other.
For Enterprise, the catcher, number 7, Haley Drake. And that's very uncharacteristic of Haley Drake to see a bunt fly up like she did.
Strike 1. Inside, kind of jammed Drake a little bit. Two up, 2 down so far. Can they retire Drake? It's in and fouled off on the right side. Strike 2. So 0-2 the count. There's a hit by Drake to the shortstop, over in time. 3 up, 3 down for the Duchesne Eagles. No hits, no runs, no one left on. It's 1-0 as we head to the top of the fourth.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com. Beaver Valley Hospital continues to offer high-quality health care at the state's lowest price. Beaver Valley Hospital has state-of-the-art laboratory and radiology services, including cutting-edge X-ray and 3D ultrasound. The hospital also provides expanded surgical procedures for orthopedics and laparoscopic hysterectomy. Remodeled patient rooms and long-term care facilities combine with compassionate staff to provide our patients a comfortable and healing environment. Beaver Valley Hospital is a proud community supporter and is pleased to sponsor Beaver High School.
To Chesney Farnsworth.
Welcome back, Scott Langford, Pepper Gale. We head to the top of the fourth with the Duchesne Eagles. Chesney Farnsworth, batter 6, 7, 8 coming up for the Duchesne Eagles. They lead 1-0. Now, as we kind of get the midway point of this game, 5 hits for the Duchesne Eagles and a no-hitter so far for Kelsey Grant.
Yeah, not hardly any action at all on the base paths. It's been pitcher and catcher and the girl in the batter's box and the first baseman.
So there's been a walk and an error, which have allowed 2 base runners for the Enterprise Wolves. And so for the Duchesne Eagles, again, Farnsworth playing second base. She flew out to the pitcher last time. Ball one, slightly up and out for Farnsworth. Sophomore. Ball two, a little low. Just misses. There's a handle hit for Farnsworth. That will be a strike. So 2-1 the count.
Boomer Hawkins with the catch on that one.
2-1 the count. That one will be ball three. Now the hitter's count for Chesney Farnsworth. Which is in, driven down the left side. So full count for Chesney Farnsworth.
That was a really good placement by Christian Jansen, getting the ball inside.
So here's the full count pitch. It's going to be hit for a base hit into left center field, maybe more. And she's going to try to push it. Does so. She gets a stand-up double. Wow. Quick base running for Chesney Farnsworth.
Well, and just a great shot, too, into left center. Nice, solid hit.
So the first hit of the inning. That is hit number 6 in the game for the Duchesne Eagles.
Number 10.
Coming up, Cadence Crum.
Cadence Crum.
Playing third base. She's had a couple big plays in the field. Caught the inside corner. First strike. Once again, big thanks to our sponsors, including Rocky Mountain Chevy Dealers, bringing you 2A softball. Here's a hit on the left side. Goes back, tries to make the play, and able to do so. What a strong throw by Addie Nelson.
Yeah, and she was, well, behind the base path, so hope she's okay. She keeps hitting, grabbing that arm when she took that bad fall with the hit shot to shortstop. But regardless, nice play.
Yep, 6-3-1 does advance the runner Farnsworth to third base.
Now batting for Duchesne,
so now in scoring
14,
position.
Skews.
Skews hit a single in her first at bat. It's down to bunt, and really nice placement on the bunt. Let's see if she can get in for the score.
Wow,
so sacrifice bunt. Yeah.
And that was a perfect bunt as well, because it went up the first baseline, not the third. Gives Farnsworth just that few extra seconds to get in. So with that sacrifice bunt, Duchesne goes up 2-0.
An RBI sacrifice bunt for Amberly Skews.
Now batting for Duchesne, number 13, Samantha Skews.
2 down, and that one's going to be in across the inside corner for a strike. 0-1. So both runs by the Duchesne Eagles were earned runs. 1-1 the count. Off the handle, strike. 2 strikes on the batter, Skews. Strike 3. So that'll end the inning, but the Duchesne Eagles add to their lead. They lead by 2. 2-0 going into the bottom of the fourth. They score 1 run on 1 hit with no one left on. So going into the bottom of the fourth, it will be 2-0 Duchesne. We come back on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and a partnership with KSL Sports.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Welcome back, Scott Langford, Pepper Gale, Jackson Dahl, and right now it is 7-2 Parowan with the lead over the San Juan Broncos, but San Juan with a ground rule double.
Leading off for the Enterprise Wolves is number 14, left fielder, Daisy Terry.
So Terry comes up to the plate in her first at bat. Got caught looking on a strike in the inside corner. Kelsey Grant's, as of yet, still a no-hitter for the Duchesne Eagles. 2-0 our score going to the bottom of the fourth. These two teams very evenly matched, as you can tell, although Duchesne does have 6 hits in the game. Pitch is outside, ball 1. The junior left fielder for Enterprise. Batting from the left side. Pitch is in, strike 1, fouled off. 1-1 the count. Grantsville up 3-0 on field number 1. After the pitch, we'll get a Manti Carbon score. Which is in and does not catch the corner, slightly outside. That's ball, 2-1. 7-2 Manti over Carbon. Manti the 12th seed, and Carbon number 3 or 4, number 4. That'll be fouled out of play on the left side. So the count goes to 2-2. Quite a story with Manti.
Kind of a Cinderella story.
Yeah, for sure.
Susan Hatch retired and had been their coach for a very, very long time. And they come in 12th seed now playing, trying to get, their chance at another state championship.
2-2 pitch. Catches the corner. That's strike 3.
She catches her and she goes down without looking and catches her not swinging. First strikeout of the inning. 4th of the game for Grant.
Next up, Addie Nilsson, the shortstop for Enterprise. She hit the second base for the out in her first at bat.
Batting for Enterprise, number 10, Addie Nilsson.
Pitch is going to be inside. Just missed the inside corner. Ball 1.
Kelsey Grant's range of pitching, it is wow. She can hit her spots extremely well.
Yep, through 3, no hitter. And a strikeout for the first out. There is the first hit of the game. Is going to go to Addie Nilsson.
She's going to turn and look on a bobble in outfield, but she chooses not to go to first.
So the first hit of the game comes in the top of the 4th, and she's on first with 1 out. Coming up now is going to be Blakely Christiansen, batting 5th.
Now batting for Enterprise, number 6, Blakely Christiansen.
She hit to the third base player last time up. Christiansen steps in, the pitcher's battle here. Grant with a little off-speed pitch with Christiansen ahead of it. Strike 1.
Batty Nelson on first base too. Moreland trying to keep her there and to see if she'll try to steal or get past, get to second on a pass pitch.
There's a pitch up, out on the right side this time. Strike 2. So the count 0-2 to Christiansen. The runner on first is Nelson. She's quick. I think she could get down for the stolen base. We'll see. Handle hit. Count remains 0-2. Jammed by Grant.
She's battling. She knows what she needs to do in the box. Christiansen is a solid hitter.
She's another one that's been around a long time and just a junior.
Another 6-year senior.
That's right. Here's the pitch and hit to the second baseman over for one. Ooh. Not quite two in time as they try to turn the double play.
And I love the way that we saw Kira Grant bounce off the bag as she runs over to second, fires it to first. Unable to turn the double play, but just great defense by Duchesne.
So Christiansen on the fielder's choice. That'll bring up Becca Hess. She walked in her last at bat. So
now batting for Enterprise, right fielder number 2, Becca Hess.
Enterprise trying to keep this base runner and move them around the path. There is a change as they'll speed up Blakely Christiansen. Not sure who went in.
Number 15, Kinley Reber, in to run for Christiansen.
Okay, Reber in.
I wonder if this is Riley's little sister.
I'm guessing so.
Riley was a fun athlete to watch.
She was.
So 2 outs, base runner on for Enterprise.
Hess steps up. Pitch outside. Ball 1. Nelson just stuck on first base. Not really tempting Moreland. Look at that hole as you've got. Strike just catches the corner.
Well, right over second base. Just, you know, right to center. That is a humongous hole.
Well, you got Kira Grant playing really left.
Even the center fielder is playing really left.
Strike 2. 1-2 the count. Runner on first. Enterprise yet to score. They're down 2-0. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Duchesne and Enterprise. 1-2 count coming from Grant. Grant tries to catch the outside. That one way outside. That's ball 2. 2-2 the count to Hess. She's in, outside again. Full count now for Becca Hess.
Hess is, you know you're going to be getting just a really strong pitch right here from Grant.
You've seen a bunch of outside stuff. Does she come inside on the full count pitch? Nope, and she gets it. Oh, fouled off.
Ooh. Well, I was wondering why Moreland didn't either try to tag her because she dropped the ball, but it's because it was fouled off.
Moreland could have maintained control, would have been an out. Kelsey Grant with the full count pitch. Comes across, hit to the shortstop, tough bounce. Over in time for the out, and they retire the sides. No runs on 1 hit, 1 player left on. After 4-2 for the Duchesne Eagles, no score for the Enterprise Wolves on TeamHive.live. All powered by Centricom in partnership with KSL.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, San Pete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments.
Through your life's biggest emergencies.
In your everyday help.
In those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care. Closer to home.
Welcome back, Scott Langford Peppergill. Top of 5, Duchesne up to the plate. Leadoff batter is Kira Grant batting in the leadoff position. So we got 1, 2, 3, Grant, Farnsworth, and Grant for Duchesne. Going to be a little conference by the umpires. Let's take a look at the scores. 8-3, Parowan over San Juan. 3-0, Grantsville, leading North San Pete. And then on this field, it's going to be Manti 8, Carbon 2. Crazy run for Manti. 12, playing a 4. Here's the pitch to Kira Grant. And it's going to be hit deep into left field. That one's up there. If it's fair, it's probably gone, and it goes foul.
Oh, dang it.
So we've got trees. So we don't know.
We don't know. But the range that ball had, I would have been surprised if it didn't.
Oh, it went over. It just must have gone
far.
over. Yeah. That was a shot. Strike one. Most exciting strike of the day. And there's another hit. This one deep into center field. Going backwards, up, and unable to make the catch. And she was there, but an error. And it'll put Grant on second base with a leadoff error to center field.
Hallie Christensen had to cover some ground to get to that one. She did, and just unfortunately bounces out of her glove. So unfortunate for unfortunate for Enterprise, but a break for Duchesne.
Well, she was playing way in left field, and it shifted quite a bit over. So that actually, you're right, she had to cover a lot of ground. Jaylee Farnsworth, she hit a home run and is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. That ball up, ball 1.
Well, both teams playing the outfield. It's really interesting. Shortstop and center playing very far to the left.
It's the first error of the game for the Enterprise Wolves. Pitch comes in, and it's a strike. 1-1.
Nice pitch from Christian Jansen.
Farnsworth steps back in. Runner in scoring position, no outs. 2-0. Duchesne hit to third base, and wow, what a smart job by the freshman Grant. And that will be a fielder's choice for
she didn't get her out
Jaylee
first.
Farnsworth. She didn't throw. Nope.
Like you said, just her holding her up. So nice play by the freshman.
So fielder's choice. And now bring up Kelsey Grant, who is so far 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Runners on first and second. Here's Grant. First pitch is up for a ball. Just missed the strike zone. 1-0. Pitch might have caught the corner. Just missed. Ball 2 for Kelsey Grant. Again, runners on first and second. No outs. We're in the top of 5. Duchesne already leading 2-0. That pitch outside, 3-0. Here's the hitter's count for Kelsey Grant. Both of her other at-bats, she was in a hole, 0-2.
Well, and on this one, do you pitch at her, try to get a hit, because up on deck is Lexi Moreland.
Yeah, I think you have to. That one's going to be a strike on the corner. 3-1 now, the count.
So interestingly enough, in the last game when Duchesne played San Juan, they opted to walk Grant every at-bat.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And Grant swing and a miss. Well, swing fouled back. 3-2 the count. So runners on first and second. Full count. Payoff pitch coming for Kelsey Grant. The two pitchers battling it out, Christiansen and Grant. Here's the pitch. Whoa. Just missed low. Ball 4. Whoa.
Bases juiced, no outs, and the heavy hitter for Duchesne, Lexi Moreland, up to bat.
That is the first walk of the game for Christiansen.
For Duchesne, the catcher, number 8, Lexi Moreland.
Moreland 2 for 2 with a single and a double, both to, well, one to left field and one to right field. And here's Moreland, gets it up deep, and it's going to be center field with a nice catch. Coming in over the bat. Ooh, it's dangerous, Kira Grant.
What a throw from Hallie Christensen in deep center. Gets it right to home plate, and wow, what a throw.
Another run. That's an earned run and an RBI for Lexi Moreland. Runners move to third and second. So that's Farnsworth on third, Grant on second, and Maurer up to the plate. Maurer 0 for 2. Which is up, can't quite find it, so that'll be a strike.
Nice hustle by the catcher, Haley Drake, trying to get under that one.
So 0-1. 10-3, Parowan really putting the hurt on San Juan right now.
Wonder if Maddie Adams is still pitching.
Oh no. There's going to be a bunt trying to get a player in, and you'll see back safe. And once again, a fielder's choice will load up the bases.
And again, smart base running by number 20, Jaylee Farnsworth,
Yeah.
just baiting the fielder for Enterprise. And the base running by Duchesne has been extremely impressive.
No.
But this is the first time we've really seen base runners all game.
No, really. This is the bases loaded currently, one down. And a little bit of trouble for the Enterprise Wolves as Duchesne has Chesney Farnsworth up. She hit a double in her last attempt. She's 1 for 2 in the contest.
At bat for the Duchesne Eagles, number 2, Chesney Farnsworth.
Just a sophomore for Farnsworth. She scored in the last inning. Right now it's 3-0 Duchesne with the lead. Bases loaded, one down. Prime opportunity for the Eagles, and the Enterprise Wolves need some help to get out of a jam. There's the pitch, hit, and it's going to go into right field. Routine fly ball, sacrifice, will score a run. And now they're going to have a pickle between second and third. And you can see Enterprise knows how to do a pickle, and they get it. But not before Duchesne scores one more run, as aggressive base running cost the Eagles that time. And so it's going to be a score for Jaylee Farnsworth, and that makes the score 4-0 rather. And then Kelsey Grant picked off between the two for the third out of the inning. And that'll do it. It's 4-0 Duchesne. When we come back for the bottom of the fifth inning on TeamHive.Live, powered by Centricom.
This is how 2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups. Plus, get a $4,000 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
Centricom believes
Welcome back. As we head to the bottom of the fifth inning, it's the Duchesne Eagles up 4-0 over the Enterprise Wolves, and it's been, it's been fielder's choice and an error that allowed the 2 runs in the top of the fifth. So the the Eagles score 2 runs on no hits with 2 errors. I've only got 1 error actually, so 1 error, and then 1 runner left on base. So
Got to credit the defense, the Enterprise defense, too, on that last series of plays as they got the base runners into a pickle, and you could see the girls as it was almost like a drill, as they would throw it to each other and they would go off and rotate.
Absolutely.
Just great defense by Enterprise.
For Enterprise, batters 7, 8, 9, Humphreys, Hunt, and Christensen will start the bottom of the fifth inning. Enterprise a little desperate to get something going. Only 1 hit in the game for Enterprise and 3 runners left on. Kelsey Grant's been dominant in this one. Humphreys 0 for 1 in the contest. There's a handle hit, going to be caught by the shortstop. Out number 1.
Freshman Kira Grant, just a solid player at shortstop. She's made some really good plays this game.
Next up, number 5, Macy Hunt, playing first base for Enterprise. She's 0 for 1 in the afternoon.
Number 5, Macy Hunt.
Strikeout in the first attempt. She'll show the bat and then pull it back and try to bunt. Foul ball, strike one. So as we look at the stats, no runs, 1 hit for the game, 1 error for Duchesne, and only 3 left on base. Not a lot of offensive action. It's been a pitcher's duel for sure.
Yeah, the last inning was about really the first time we've really seen anything on the bases.
Mm-hmm. Again, Hunt will show, get back and hit a smash single into right field. Runner aboard for the Enterprise Wolves.
Solid hit by Hunt as the second baseman for Duchesne, Chesney Farnsworth, tried to dive and catch it, just unable to reach it. So solid hit for Enterprise to get a base runner on their leadoff batter.
Well, and that's exactly what the Enterprise Wolves needed to get going. Now it's Christensen up to the plate, 0 for 1. She'll bat from the left side of the plate.
Number 17, Hallie Christensen.
Here's the pitch. Catches the outside corner, strike one. Beautiful pitch. Runner on first. No stolen bases in this game. Oh, 1 stolen base. That's not true. 1. Pitch is outside. Count goes to 1-1. Six hits for Duchesne in the game. Which is outside. That's a pass ball. Going to move the runner to second. So Hunt gets out of the force. And a 2-1 count for Hallie Christensen. Hallie.
Congratulations.
And what a time, just when the Enterprise Wolves need some juice. That's the second hit of the inning and 2 earned runs. The Enterprise Wolves on the board. That cuts the lead in half, 4-2. And momentum swing to the Enterprise Wolves. Haley Drake up at the plate, 0 for 2 on the afternoon. We knew it was a matter of time, and it was Kyla Humphreys with the hit. And here's another deep shot to left field. It's going to be playable ball, though, and that will do it for the inning. But the Enterprise Wolves get some back as they cut the lead in half from 4-0 to 4-2 on a 2-run homer by Kyla Humphreys. We'll be back for more from Spanish Fork on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and in a cooperation with KSL Sports.
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Drs. Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, Rhett Smith, and nurse practitioners Wade Hollingshead, Lindsay Cheney, Robin Horton, and Joan Yardley. The Beaver Medical Clinic is a family practice offering affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
Honey's Marketplace invites you to experience their refreshing variety and signature items. Honey's Marketplace features a wide selection of camping supplies, a garden nursery, and fresh floral department. Experience fresh-baked artisan breads and pastries in their bakery, and sushi made fresh every day. Get all this with hometown service you deserve. Fresh, friendly, and close to home. Honey's Marketplace, 260 East, 300 South in Kanab.
Welcome back as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Cadence Crum will lead off for the Duchesne Eagles. So in that inning, the Enterprise Wolves scored 2 runs on 2 hits with no one left on, and a big home run, timely, by Kyla Humphreys.
You know, that's the thing about Enterprise. They never give up. They play every single pitch, every single play, and they've just now made this ball game.
Yep, strike one for Crum. 0-1, little momentum shift to the Enterprise Wolves. Pitch is in, hit up, pop fly in the infield. Shortstop says, I got this, and it is an out.
Easy catch for Addie Nilsson, the junior, and she's made some really phenomenal plays at shortstop this game.
Yes, she has. Amberly Skew's now up. She had an RBI on her last at bat. She hit to first base.
Number 14, Amberly Skews.
Actually, to the pitcher. There's a hit to the right side, and the right fielder right there, and makes the grab.
Nice hit, just right to the right fielder. So 2 quick outs for the Duchesne Eagles.
Yep, 2 outs, and Samantha Skews up for Duchesne, 0 for 2.
Number 13, Samantha Skews.
Skews the flex player for... No. This is going to be... Oh, yeah, it is Skews. Sorry, batter number 9. I was looking at Cammie Larson, who is the flex player. So, foul ball. I believe that's strike 1, correct?
Yes, sir.
Might have caught the corner, just missed. 1-1 the count. Hughes takes the 1-1. That was hit to the shortstop, over in time for the out. Plenty of time, so 3 up, 3 down. Momentum swing at Enterprise. They're still down 4-2. No hits, no runs, nobody left on. We'll be back on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's 2 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. Bookmark TeamHive.live, Utah's new home for streaming high school sports and other events. Powered by Centricom Local 10.
Welcome back. We're up to the bottom of the 6th. And the Enterprise Wolves down by 2, but all the momentum for the Wolves. And it'll be Daisy Terry, the junior, playing left field. Will start things off for the Wolves. She's 0 for 2 in the contest. 4-2. This one's close.
Kyla Humphreys breathing some life back into her team on that home run with Macy Hunt on base.
Then defensively, they went up, 3 down. So 10-3. It's Parowan still over San Juan. Actually make that 11-3 as an RBI just now. Pitch is going to be a swing and a miss. Strike 1.
There's some curve on that ball.
Yeah. On the left side is Terry. Which comes in, tries to catch the corner, can't get it. A little bit outside. 1-1. This comes down outside. You can see Grant not giving a lot of hittable pitches. She gave one to Kyla Humphreys, and Kyla Humphreys made her pay.
Well, the quality of the hitters on both of these teams, you don't want to give them something too hittable.
Pitch is up and fouled off. 2-2 the count now. Grantsville got number 1 seed, up 3-0. And there's going to be a home run by the Parowan Rams deep into right field. So Parowan up now by 10 over San Juan, and a ball. So full count for Daisy Terry.
Grant's not, only with two-run lead. She's not going to want to risk getting a walk on this one.
Leadoff batter for the Wolves. We're in the top of the 6th. I'm sorry, bottom of the 6th. Goes out of bounds. Stays alive. Full count remains. I think that went right in the dugout from the shrieks from the sideline.
The shrieking.
Uh-huh.
Heard it all the way up here.
Because the so. Terry continues to battle. Full count again. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be fouled off. Same place on the left side. So the count remains full.
A lot of heat on that pitch, too.
Yeah,
you can see how fast that ball traveled. It's a hard hit.
It's the last ball games of the evening. After this will be tomorrow morning at 10 and then at 12:30 for the championship. Pitch is going to be fouled off again. That's foul ball, I think, number 4?
at least. Basie battling.
Has to get some more softballs back on the field. There's Terry. Full count pitch, fouled again. I think that's foul ball number 5. So if that's the case, then this is pitch number 10 coming up. Grant and Terry battling it out. There's the hit on left field, and a playable ball is made. So after all of that, out number 1.
Long, drawn-out battle, and it's won by the left fielder for Duchesne, Marissa Maurer.
So now up will be Addie Nelson. Nelson hit a single in her last at bat. She's 1 for 2 in the game. One down. Duchesne leads 4-2. Addie Nelson steps in. She'll call a timeout after the extended conversation between Grant and her coach. Now Grant's ready. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. Nelson, a junior. Just a great shortstop for the Wolves. All these players are great, actually.
There's really no weak spots for either one of these teams.
No, they're great. Second pitch down in the dirt, ball 1. 2, rather. So 2 balls to Addie Nelson. Four to 2. Enterprise trying to claw their way back in. We're in the bottom of 6, so they've got this at bat and 1 more. Pitch comes in, hit deep in the right field line. It looks like it's trailing foul. And definitely home run worthy, but out of bounds. Foul ball for Addie Nelson.
And Nelson wishing that would straighten out just a little bit more, because that easily cleared the fence.
Yeah, just 1 beat slower. 2-1 the count. One down. 2-1 pitch. Misses. Ball 3. 13-3 over San Juan and Parowan. Parowan will play the loser of this game tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Well, Parowan if they win. Sorry, that was premature. The winner of that game will continue on tomorrow at 10. There's a hit, again, out of play on the right side.
And you don't want to make assumptions, although it's likely Parowan's going to win with a 13-3 lead in the 4th inning.
Yeah. So Parowan hitting the ball. The score here is 4-2. Duchesne with the lead. Addie Nelson with that full count. Both of these last 2 batters have taken Grant into lots of pitches. There's the pitch, and it's going to be a ball 4. So runner on for Grant. That is only the 2nd walk of the game.
Now batting for the Enterprise Wolves, number 6, Blakely Christiansen. Well, and Kelsey Grant, the only pitcher that we've seen from Duchesne in the state tournament.
She's gone. Of course, when you don't lose any games, that's not too hard.
It's like the freshman, Marissa Maurer, has thrown a couple pitches for Duchesne this season.
Pitch and almost up the baseline. That'll be a foul ball for Christiansen. Christiansen 0 for 2. She got on a fielder's choice last inning, and then was thrown out by the 3rd baseman, the first one. Pitches down the dirt. That's a ball. 1-1 the count. 1-1. Here we go. Runner on first is Nelson. She's got some speed. You wonder if they're going to try to push the action a little bit. Pitch out, caught the corner. Strike 2. 1-2 the count, 1 down.
You can see Moreland almost baiting the base runner to run. She's holding it, but she's ready. She's ready to fire.
Yes, she is. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Grant. That one's down, almost took a swing. And that will be 2 balls, 2 strikes. They appealed. I didn't think she broke her wrists either.
No, the official behind the plate conferred with the outfield referee, and he said no, she didn't go.
Yep, Moreland asked for it and got it. 2-2. Chance can help her cause with a hit. Full count. So we've been full count the last 3 batters. Of course, these are batters 3, 4, 5. So these are some of your best batters.
When if she gets on base, that's the tying run.
Tying run is at the plate in Christiansen. And here's another full count pitch. This is the 3rd straight batter with full count. Here it comes. And that's going to be a strike. Hit to center field. That one's up, over. And that will be a ground rule double.
So Christiansen tying runner now on second with that ground rule double, just a little bit more, and we would have had a tie ball game.
It was close to a home run. I was waiting, saying, "Oh my goodness, that one's up there and out there," but it does put runners on 2nd and 3rd with 1 out, and that'll bring up Becca Hess. Hess is 0 for 1 with a walk in the contest.
And Kinley Reber in to run for Christiansen. Enterprise staying alive. Now up for the Enterprise Wolves, number 2, Becca Hess.
What a hit by Christiansen. That was a rope. No height on it. It was just a shot right to center field.
Well, in center fielder, I think she misjudged how fast and the distance it was going. She actually ran up on it and then had to retreat. Not in position.
So that's a double for Christiansen. That is hit number 4 for the Wolves. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. 1 down. There's a pitch from Hess. Caught it. Strike 1.
Well, an Enterprise in really good position as well. Not a forced run for either base runner, only 1 down. So things are looking really good for the Wolves.
Grant with the pitch. Pitch is going to be hit over to the shortstop, over for the out. And that is a RBI and cuts into the lead as Addie Nelson scores.
And up to bat is Brooke Humphreys. She's shown that she is more than capable of smashing the ball out of the park. So it's getting interesting.
Brooke Humphreys 0 for 2 on the afternoon.
Now batting for Enterprise, number 22, Brooke Humphreys.
Tying run at the plate. It is 4-3. Duchesne with a 1-run lead.
Well, an Enterprise not scoring until the 5th inning. Now plating a run here in the 6th. Getting on to Grant.
Yep. Humphreys shot to right field, playable ball, and that will end the inning. That preserves the one-run lead for the Duchesne Eagles. And what an inning. That was 1 run on 1 hit with 1 player left on. So as we go into the top of the 7th inning, it is 4-3 Duchesne with the lead on TeamHive.live.
Nephi Federal Credit Union in Nephi offers convenient service and a variety of financial services. They're your hometown credit union that's been serving local residents for over 63 years, longer than any other financial institution in Nephi. The staff invites you to check out their incredible rates on a variety of loans and savings accounts. Nephi Federal Credit Union, 155 North Main in Nephi. Call 623-1895. That's 623-1895. Nephi Federal Credit Union, proud supporter of the Wasps this season.
I'm Dr. Sorensen. I'm a board-certified pediatrician, and I'm the newest addition to the team of doctors here at Central Valley Medical Center. My goal is to work closely with you when making decisions about your child's health. After all, you know them better than anyone else.
I think as a mom, it can be really overwhelming to find a doctor who's a really good fit for your family. I look for someone who I can trust. It's so validating and comforting knowing that I can call and get the answers I need from Dr. Sorensen and his staff.
I look forward to meeting you and your child and bringing you the best care closer to home.
Welcome back. Here it all comes down to this 7th inning, 4-3, just exactly what you would expect between Enterprise and Duchesne. Duchesne with the lead, and they have a chance at the plate to add to their lead, as it'll be the leadoff batter, Kara Grant. So it's 1-2-3 as we start 7th inning.
So Duchesne liking, being at the top of their order going into the top of the 7th.
Grant 1 for 3 with a single in the 3rd inning. Pitches outside, ball 1 by Christiansen. These two have battled very closely, evenly matched teams. Pitches outside, ball 2. If you think of how evenly matched they are last year, 5-2, 1-0, 5-4. And so far we are 4-3. So these two teams, they just duke it out. And there's a hit deep to left field, left center, and they're over.
Wow.
And left fielder makes a nice grab.
Daisy Terry runs over, calls off the center fielder for the snag. So
it looked scary for a second.
It did. Kara Grant, leadoff batter, flies out to left. Now up for the Duchesne Eagles.
Jaylee Farnsworth will be up. She's 1 for 3 with a home run and a fielder's choice. She scored twice so far in the game. Pitches inside, ball 1.
Well, and in situations like this, and the way the game is, it tests the mental stability of both teams.
Lots and lots of pressure. Pitches outside, ball 2.
You get focused on outs or runs or, the breaking, crunch time of the innings. It can really have an effect on how you play.
Well, and right now, even though Enterprise the top seed, the pressure on the Duchesne Eagles.
Defending state champions, absolutely.
Yeah.
And they've led this entire game.
They've led the entire game. The Wolves have scored 3 unanswered. Not true. Ball in the dirt, 3-1. Here's the hitter's pitch for Jaylee Farnsworth. Farnsworth again, home run in the 1st inning. And then fielder's choice, lasting in the 5th. 3-1. Here's the payoff pitch. That's going to be strike 2. So full count for Jaylee Farnsworth.
Christiansen's dialed in. And here we go, full count. She's going to come at her.
This is big. Can the junior get on base? There's going to be a hit up the left field line, but foul. So count remains full.
Well, and with the accuracy of Christiansen, she's maybe not giving one right down the middle, trying to get a little inside or outside. She's definitely capable of it.
So another full count. Looking at the scorebook, not a lot of full counts for Christiansen. There's going to be a hit over the right center field, and Duchesne has a base runner in Jaylee Farnsworth. A single.
Solid hit, right center. Nobody was getting to that ball, and she easily makes it to first base. Now up for the Duchesne Eagles, number 24, the pitcher, Kelsey Grant.
So Kelsey Grant goes, then we'll have a quick timeout for Duchesne. Oh, excuse me, for Enterprise, rather. And so he'll talk about what to do. Enterprise trying to not let Duchesne add to their lead. Right now they lead by 1, 4-3. And, the pressure on. I like this stop for Enterprise to say, hey, let's keep the momentum.
Mm-hmm.
It stops. Maybe we'll slow some of the momentum down from the hit. As we know, high school, a game of momentum.
It is, and a game of emotions.
Oh,
so
yes.
It's very, very good to, just like you said, talk about it, slow the momentum of the game, give some reassurance, talk to them about playing their game. And likewise for Duchesne, I would imagine Coach Grant telling his girls the same.
There we go. Kelsey Grant up to the plate. She can help out her cause. She walked, and otherwise is 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Pitch to Grant, hit to right field. It's going to be caught by the right fielder, and then the play at second base. Not in time. Runner back in scoring position as Kelsey Grant advances the runner.
Oh, they just turned a double play. They're saying that she did not tag up.
So fly 9, and then this will be, let's see, 3 unassisted, 3. So 3 up, 3 down in the top of the order. And Enterprise excited as the base ump said, nope, he did not tag up. She did not tag up. So it comes down to the bottom of the 7th. Can the Enterprise Wolves score 1 run to tie or 2 to win? So just 1.
That was costly. Oh, my.
I'm Dr. Sorensen. I'm a board-certified pediatrician, and I'm the newest addition to the team of doctors here at Central Valley Medical Center. My goal is to work closely with you when making decisions about your child's health. After all, you know them better than anyone else.
I think as a mom, it can be really overwhelming to find a doctor who's a really good fit for your family. I look for someone who I can trust. It's so validating and comforting knowing that I can call and get the answers I need from Dr. Sorensen and his staff.
I look forward to meeting you and your child and bringing you the best care closer to home.
Where we at?
Welcome back. This is it. Bottom of 7 here at Spanish Forks Softball Complex. High drama in the 2A championship bracket as the undefeated Enterprise Wolves and the defending 2A state champs and undefeated Duchesne Eagles duke it out for a berth in tomorrow's championship game. And it is 4 for the Duchesne Eagles and 3 for the Wolves. Wolves get their last at-bats in the bottom of the 7th.
And you're going to be looking at batters 8, 9, and 1 for Enterprise. It looked really good for Duchesne with the top of their order, but a costly mistake on base running gets them out 3 up, 3 down. And up to bat for Enterprise is going to be number 5, Macy Hunt.
Well, and what happened was they said that the runner did not tag up.
Enterprise Wolves, number 5, Macy Hunt.
So here we go, Macy Hunt.
This is huge. Wow.
Yep. Who has a single in her last at-bat.
You know, Duchesne last year proving it can be done to, win a championship game in 2 games, but you don't want to be put in that position.
You certainly
Neither
don't.
one of these teams want to go in with a loss.
No, the odds say the team that advances without a loss wins the championship. I'd say 90% of the time.
So this is going to be fun. See if Enterprise can tie it up, or like you said, 2 runs wins the game.
So it all comes down to this high drama on field 3 at the Spanish Forks Softball Complex. A lot of fun. Exactly what you'd expect in this kind of a game. 4-3, 8-9-1. Here's Hunt up to the plate, and Grant gets ready to deliver. There's the pitch from Grant. Strike 1. A single for Macy Hunt last inning.
Solid
she hit one. Yeah, she hit one into second. She does the show the bat and then slap the hit. And did so last inning with perfection. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch from Grant. And she'll hit it up, popped it up in the infield. Shortstop says, I've got this, and out number 1.
Kira Grant comes over. It's just a solid performance for the freshman at short today. Gets the first out for the Eagles.
Now Hallie Christensen in center field. She's 0 for 2 on the afternoon.
Wolves, center fielder Hallie Christensen.
Wolves desperate for base runners. Right now down 1, bottom of 7. There was a big home run by Kyla Humphreys that started the scoring, and then an RBI by Becca Hess, and it's 4-3. Here's a hit, fouled off, out of play. Strike 2. Oh, strike 1, rather. Sorry.
I think she
0-1.
Give her an extra strike.
I keep teasing the coaches if they don't get their batting lineup in on time that they start their inning with strikes. 0-1 the count. Here comes Grant. 1-run lead over the Wolves. 1 down. Pitch is outside. Ball 1-1.
And it looks like Parowan's going to advance to play in the second semifinal game tomorrow morning against the team that comes out without the win of this game.
Here's the pitch and hit to the shortstop. Shortstop a little bit of a bobble. Oh, the tying run on the base path on an error.
Yeah, and I think Grant knew what she needed to do, just field it cleanly and toss it over to first. But with the bobble allows the tying run on the base, and we're up back to the top of the order for Enterprise, Kyla Humphreys.
Wow. Winning run at the plate.
Top of the order for Enterprise, number 12, Kyla Humphreys in the batter's box.
Humphreys had a home run in her last at bat. A home run here would be a walk-off home run and propel Enterprise into the championship game. Here's a ball 1. I'll bet their families are freaking out. I would be, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah.
This would be tough.
I got butterflies. I don't even have a kid playing.
I know it. Want to know the count. Here's pitch. Just misses. It's 2-0, so the hitter's count coming for Kyla Humphreys. She's 1 for 3. Of course, that big home run with the 2 RBIs.
These games are truly ones that it's hard to watch either team lose.
Yeah, no, it's a great game. Here's the pitch, and hit to the shortstop. 1, going for 2, can't get it.
Ooh, she does not run.
No, she does not. So that's a 6-3 for the second out of the inning. So the Duchesne Eagles 1 out away. But they've got to face the catcher, Haley Drake, a deadly batter for the Enterprise Wolves. Winning run at the plate, tying run on first. 2 down. A lot of anxiety on both sides.
Talk about mental toughness.
Yeah, 4-hit performance for Kelsey Grant. That one's a ball. Stepping back in is Drake. There's a pitch from Grant. That one's going to be high and out.
Ooh.
Great job by Moreland.
What a snag. So she definitely saved, that base runner getting to second on that snag.
2-0 the count. Grant behind. And
almost hit her.
I think the mitt did, but it's 3-0. So here's the pitcher's count. We'll see what happens. What do you think they call on this? Do they wait and see if they can get a base on balls, or do they swing away?
I'd say, base on balls. Because you got your heavy hitter, Daisy Terry, up next.
True. Pitch is outside. There's ball 4. So the winning run's now on the base path, first and second. Christensen goes to second, and Drake to first.
Now batting for the Enterprise Wolves, number 14, Daisy Terry.
And a timeout for Duchesne. I would take it as well. And we talked about momentum. With a 2-run homer, momentum swung to the Enterprise Wolves, and they have it. Runners on first and second. And this is where Coach Grant's saying, hey, it's 1 out.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get 1 out. That's all we need is 1 out. And, but do you pitch around Terry, or because if you get around Terry, then you've got Addie Nelson. There's no good options here.
No, and I don't think there is a ton of strategy with the batters, because every one of these girls from Enterprise can hit the ball. So this is where you're looking at, you've got a force run on first, second, and third with 2 on. So closest base, just get the out.
Yeah.
And, get out of this game.
We talked about how clean a game this is so far. 2 errors in the game for Duchesne Enterprise. For Duchesne, and 1 for Enterprise. So very cleanly played. The error in this one costly.
Yeah, shortstop in this,
yep.
Just in the bottom
First,
of the 7th.
Yep, second batter. So here we go. Daisy Terry. She's 0 for 3. Here's the pitch, and it's going to go past. That'll advance the runners to second and third on the pass ball. So your winning run at second base, tying run on third.
And they are costly, and you can almost feel like the anxiety and the trepidation for Duchesne right here, but still, they're not in an unwinnable situation, but Enterprise certainly in a very winnable situation.
Here's the pitch, hit to the third base. Third base comes across, and not in time, and we are tied.
Oh, wow.
And that was costly. I'm not sure that you should have thrown across. Maybe would have held that and just let the bases be loaded, but it is tied.
Winning run on first base, 2 outs.
Third base, yeah.
Excuse me, third base. And Crum, it was interesting because as she fielded the ball, that runner from Enterprise was going in. I'm surprised she did not fire it to home plate because she didn't hold up. She was gone.
So that's a single for Terry.
And they're going to
an RBI.
They're going to opt to walk. Addie Nelson juice the bases.
So Nelson goes to first. The base is loaded. Winning run on third base. Nelson gets the walk. So the base, here we go.
That, number 6, Blakely Christiansen. Now talk about a bold strategy right there. Wow.
Well, Christiansen hit a double her last at-bat. So 1 out left. Got a force on all bases. We're all tied at 4.
This is huge.
This will be a walk-off, whatever it is. If it's an out, it's a walk-off to an 8th inning. Here's the pitch, and strike 1. Christiansen 1 for 3 with a double in her last at bat. 0-1 the count. Here comes the pitch from Grant to Christiansen. Christiansen's going to hit it over, and it's going to be an error, and they may call interference, but the Enterprise Wolves will win the game in absence of a base running error. Now, they said, hold on just a minute, and we'll see what happens. The shortstop is saying there is contact and affected the play, so we'll see what happens. A little bit of controversy to end the game.
So if that is the case, that would not allow the run to score, correct?
The game would be, it would be an out, so we'd go to an eighth inning. This is huge. The last out of the game. If they didn't see an interference, then this game is over, and the Enterprise Wolves come from behind to defeat the Duchesne Eagles and go to the championship game. So we're going to watch this. This is huge for this umpire crew. I wouldn't want to be in this situation. So their decision will decide.
You know, and watching the play of the shortstop, Grant, she stopped immediately. So I wouldn't think that she would just stop unless there was something there. Regardless, it doesn't matter. They've got to be able to see it, and they've got to make the call. But
in her estimation, I mean, might not be the same estimation of the officials. This is where it comes down to. Do the officials say, yes, she was interfered with and force an eighth inning? And, this is huge because this is, both one team's going to be mad either way.
Oh, yes.
So we'll see. Do we go to an eighth inning, or do we stay in the seventh, or is the game over in the seventh with the Enterprise Wolves with a 5-4 lead? We'll see what the call is. The conference continues, and Duchesne with a lot of anxiety and Enterprise with a lot of anticipation.
Here comes the call.
And that is it. The Enterprise Wolves will win, come from behind as they score 2 runs in the 7th inning of play to take the 5-4 victory against the Duchesne Eagles. It is a repeat of last year as Enterprise knocks Duchesne into the one-loss category. They will face Parowan tomorrow morning at 10.
Well, and looking at it, Duchesne led from the second batter. They were the visiting team, and the home run from Jaylee Farnsworth. They score 1 run in the first, and they score another run in the fourth. 2 runs in the fifth, 2 runs for Enterprise, and then Enterprise just takes it away after that. So huge for the Enterprise Wolves to come up and play hard in the 5th, 6th, and 7th innings of this ball game.
Unbelievable. As the Enterprise comes back, they were down 5-3 going into the bottom of the 7th, and they scored 2 to win the game 6-5 over the Duchesne Eagles. So let's check this out. Left on base will be 1,
in the championship
and
game
earn
on
runs.
Field 4 at 12:30. Duchesne, you will play tomorrow morning in the second semifinal game
1.
on Field 4. You will play the winner of
So tomorrow
Parowan
morning
and San
on Field
Juan.
4, it will be the Parowan Rams and the Duchesne Eagles, and the winner will face the Enterprise Wolves at 12:30. What a game this was, and you got to love this kind of stuff. Let's look at some final stats for the game for these two teams. So first of all, for the Duchesne Eagles, who lose by 1 run, 6-5, there was 1 stolen base in the game, 1 walk by Christiansen, 3 strikeouts, 4 runs on 7 hits with 1 error, 5 players left on base, and 3 earned runs in the game. For the Enterprise Wolves, no strikeouts that I can see. Let's see. No, there's strikeouts, actually. There's 4 strikeouts. 1 stolen base, 3 base on balls, 6 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors, and 5 players left on base, and 4 out of the 5 were earned runs. So that's your final stats with these two teams. The Enterprise Wolves, 6, and the Duchesne Eagles, 5. And so we're 5-4, rather. 5-4.
1 run victory.
It was 5-3. That's correct. 5-4, and then 2 more. So 5-4 was the final here from Spanish Fork. Tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, Parowan and Duchesne. And then at 12:30, the winner of that game will take on the Enterprise Wolves for the state championship at 12:30. It's been a great game and a great day, and you can catch all the action tomorrow morning and what's going on still on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom in conjunction with KSL Sports. Real quick update before we sign off. Parowan 19-3-5, so that game will be over. 3-0 Grantsville is in the 7th inning, And then Manti and Carbon are still playing, and that one is 12-7, Manti with the lead. You can tune in on TeamHive.live and watch the ends of those games. And we wish you a great afternoon. See you tomorrow.